And again, apologies for the voice.
Good afternoon, and just, obviously really happy for our team. It was a great team victory today, and just really proud of them. The work that they've done this entire month, and then obviously they did a great job down here in Nashville and had a great experience. Appreciative to Scott and everybody with the Transparent Bowl. It's been just absolutely fantastic. So I said transparent again, and then TransPerfect. I'll get that right. Son of a bitch. Anyway, so just really happy for our guys. Just really happy for our guys, and especially our seniors. What a way to send them off. It's been a great group, and can't thank them enough for all they've done. And each and every one of these guys really has embodied, what it means to be a Hawkeye. When you talk about the guys that are seniors, senior captains, or a kid like Tommy Hartlieb, Dallas Craddoth, big tackle on special teams. So just a really special group, and bowl games are a little bittersweet because of that. You got to say goodbye to those guys, but just couldn't be more proud. And then the other aspect, obviously, a chance for some younger players to step up and do some things. And one of the fun things about coaching in a bowl game, you watch younger guys develop and grow. Saw a lot of that during the course of this past 4 weeks, and coincidentally, Jazz Patterson took it there at the end and had a couple good runs. And he's a young guy who just quietly has been, grabbing opportunity and doing a great job. So when you talk about Cooper, obviously he had a great game. Joe Labus might be as valuable as Cooper, just in the fact that, he didn't make any critical mistakes out there, and that's easier said than done. And, just proud of the way he handled things and got thrown into it pretty suddenly. So, just happy about the younger guys' development. Obviously, we've got a big leadership void, and I think as much as anything, I think of this group of seniors, the contributions they've made leadership-wise, just invaluable. So, just happy about everything in that front. And then, unfortunately, I've got some sad and tragic information to share with you. Jack Campbell's grandfather passed away last night, was involved in an accident here. And Mr. Smith, I can just tell you this from personal experience, had a really big influence on Jack's entire life. He's really close with him, helped parent him. I know he was here to cheer on his grandson. Very, very proud of Jack, and I can just tell you it was a great mutual relationship the two of them had. So, our hearts are certainly with the entire family, Jack and his entire family, as they grieve, and this is, it's tough to deal with. So. Anyone, but I know, again, he was a great influence on Jack and a great Hawkeye on top of it, and just really appreciative of that. So, sorry to drop that on you, but transition into questions.
Coach, can you talk about that 2 pick sixes and how important they were today?
Yeah, huge. I mean, we knew what we were up against, and some ways, both of us were looking in the mirror a little bit stronger, more veteran on defense, both teams, and so, for us, playing clean football offensively was a starting point, and I was confident Joe could do some things and, get some things going. Defensively, certainly that was going to be paramount. We've ridden that all season long. You never count on the touchdowns, but the field position part. And then the third ingredient was our special teams play. I joked with Torrey we should have made him a captain earlier, I guess, but he kind of had a better game. He punted great, and it really impacted the field position. And then if you give our defense a chance, they might do some good things, and both great plays. Cooper's hardly a veteran, but, he's played. And then for X to get that one, that was great for him in his first start, too. So you got some young guys getting some valuable experience and having a great experience.
Amplifying on Torrey, can you begin to explain what a difference maker he's been?
Oh, he's been outstanding. And watching the growth over 3 years is probably the neater part, and that's one of the fun parts about coaching. And he had a couple games where he wasn't as sharp, but I don't know if I've seen him sharper than what I saw today. Like, he was on it, just on it every time. And we had great respect for their returners, both on kickoff and then also the punt. So it was something we were really focused on, especially number 2. And so that's why Dallas's tackle on that kickoff was so good. And then, but Torrey's work is just, for a lot of people, it's not that big of a deal, but just in the second half, I think it was, we punted down there and got the ball back. We gained 20 yards field position. I think it was the first, second possession in the third quarter. So all those little things that aren't very, interesting to people make a big difference in games. And then, if you got a good defense, it gives you a chance.
On Xavier's pick six, looked like you guys switched from more more to a cover 3 look as opposed to more of a cover 4. Do you think that impacted the play at all? And then of course, what he was able to do once he caught it. It seems to show what he's capable of doing.
Yeah, we play mostly zone and hopefully not too obvious with what we're doing, but yeah, I mean, it was a good heads-up play. And again, both teams are playing with new quarterbacks, so not making those critical errors was big. And then, our guys capitalized the ball. Looked like it sailed a little bit, and he was there. And then forever, it seems like, our guys have done a good job. We do a good job of turnovers, making them offensive opportunities, if you will. And that's coached. I mean, those guys, they know where to go, where to get. And, did a nice job getting behind his blockers. And, our guys hustle when there is a turnover. They're trying to make it more than just, getting possession. And it's good coaching. Our defense staff, I think, does a great job. And I'll flip it over to the offensive staff, too. I think, again, we knew our challenges here. And, to navigate it the way we wanted to it was a good effort by all 3 phases.
How much have you seen Xavier grow over these last few months?
Yeah, I'm not saying he's Cooper, but, if you remember, like, Cooper was no household name a year ago, at least, in November. So again, that's what we get to watch is, you watch guys get confidence, and the world we're living in now, it's just going to happen sooner than it used to. You used to redshirt guys so frequently, but those days are gone. So you watch him doing things on special teams, and that's usually where, especially with the perimeter guys, you start getting a good feel about a guy. And he's been doing that. I mean, he's attentive. He's got a great attitude, works hard, and that goes back to January when he showed up. So for him to, get his first experience, I just asked him if he's nervous, because I didn't want to talk to him before the game. He said no. And, that's what he came here for, to play. So it was really good to see him step in there. And Cohen Entringer's done a really nice job, too. He had an injury he had to deal with here in December, or otherwise he would have been in there a little bit, too. So, you got three guys back there. You don't want to lose a guy. Kayvon one here, you don't want to lose a guy. But good to see younger guys step up and go.
7 straight seasons, not counting the COVID year, you've won at least 8 games. What does that mean to you, just to kind of?
I'll factor in COVID, too, because that was well over 61, whatever percent that is. So, I think it's significant. Winning in college football is not easy, and I think it's significant if you look at the other 4 teams that have done it. Oklahoma dropped out of it. It was 6 coming into the year. We're still there, and those other teams, you don't see us recruiting against them too often. So it just says a lot about our players. Like I said, these seniors, feel an obligation to the program to, uphold the standard. And, that's what the game's all about. Guys getting that message and just, it's pretty simple, but it's hard when you got 120 guys show up every day with a good attitude and put it on a stage working, and those are habits that will really help them down the road, whether what do they do professionally, being a parent, being somebody that's, member of a team in a company, a school, whatever you're doing. It's just, it's a beautiful part about football. So
Earlier, he said the more you put into the program, the more you get out of it. How would you kind of accentuate what he means by that?
I agree. Pretty good examples of the 3 guys that were, I don't know if Riley was here, but the 3 senior captains here today, and Kayvon same way, and then Tori, it's just, that's life, though. It's you get what you get, what you give, you get it back. Typically, sometimes it takes a while, but you get it back, and it's, I've always believed that, I guess.
What did you see from Joe Avis in his first career start?
Yeah, if you'd seen him 2 weeks ago, and I'll get in trouble again. I got in trouble last year with this one, but if you saw him 2 weeks ago, like, whoa. The first couple of weeks were really bumpy, but last week he kind of settled down a little bit. And, just an example of teamwork and, being a good teammate. Petrus was with him every play, and with Carson had to get in the huddle with him every play, even last week. So, it's just guys helping each other up. But his growth, that's growth he wouldn't have gotten until the opportunity opened up. And he had a great attitude. He's really worked hard. And, I thought he did a really good job today. I don't mind telling you, we were worried about the 25-second clock. Let's just start there, getting the ball snapped between that. I don't know how close you watched pregame, but we had a center quarterback exchange, of course, like on the first play. So, that stuff isn't really reassuring sometimes. But, he played with boys out there, and, he's got a little juice to him, too. So that's fun to see.
Kirk, we've talked rightfully so about Jack Campbell, Kayvon Merriweather, but Riley Moss is a guy that you didn't, maybe wasn't going to come back. He ended up coming back. I guess I saw the emotional moment you 2 had on stage, but what has Riley Moss meant to you and the program?
So, yeah, last year, whatever, like December, whatever it was, we had that little break, the guys came back. And both, within like 5 minutes each other, Campbell and Laporte will walk him off and say, I'm back for next year. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere, so great. Riley, as you know, took it into January, and I really didn't think he would come back. But I think his decision was well thought out. I think he got great guidance from his family. And this year, no questionably, has helped him in his future. He would love to play in the NFL. Yeah, my big concern with him coming back, I've told the NFL people this, is okay, you get a guy back for that year maybe you're not counting on. So what's it going to be like? First guy out there on the field every day in spring ball and worked his tail off every day. That's how he does things. So, doing the pregame thing yesterday, Louis Riddick just commented about how impressed he was, and Louis played defensive back. We were together in Cleveland. So that, again, it's that example of, a guy coming back with the right attitude and just, building on. And I've always believed players improve. Good players improve if they've got the right attitude. So, I mean, that's what you're talking about with Riley. And what a great guy. Just, that's the fun part about football.
New quarterbacks on both sides.
I'm sorry,
Coach.
come right back there. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah.
Sorry. New quarterbacks on both sides, but for your defense, as good as they've played all year, to cap this off with a shutout, the first in this bowl's history, how nice is that?
Yeah, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. One thing I've learned, if they can't score, then you got a shot to, you're not going to lose. I know that. So, if we could have written the script today, it was perfect. Just really happy. And, again, it's a testament to the way our guys prepare and just, the work that they put in beyond the practice field. Those guys are really committed to it, and there's a standard. And it's great to see. I'm really proud of those guys.
So I've been covering your team for about the past 4 seasons, and I never seen you emotional like that when you hugged your players up at the podium, like you had tears in your eyes. Can you just describe the emotions you were feeling at that moment?
It's probably amplified a little bit, again, things I've talked about in December here, all this stuff going on that just doesn't make sense in college football, quite frankly. And that's a whole discussion for a different day. And there's a lot of things that, kind of, frustrate you a little bit, or you wonder, what the hell's going on, but the single best part about coaching is being with the guys. So, and when you got guys like we got, it's just, like that's the best part of the day. And I quit golfing 30 years ago, thank God for everybody, but like that's, if I was good golf and like golf, like that would be like going and golfing, right? But I don't golf, so I'd rather be around our players, and that's, again, you get guys that are buying in and just, focused on the right things. That's what makes it fun, makes it really valuable.
Unless I missed something, Van Ness didn't play in the first quarter. Was there any reason for that? And then do you think he'll be back next year?
We'll see. Time will tell. No major reason, and, time will tell. We'll see. We hope so. Hope a lot of guys are back.
Castro's built a reputation as being a sure tackler, but today he has some really nice plays in pass coverage. How would you just describe how he's kind of...
Yeah, they tested him, right? I mean, they went after him, and I thought he played great. That guy's fast, the guy he was covering. We talked about, X-stepping him. Same thing with Sebastian. He played a lot of snaps all season, but he just keeps improving. He's a tough, hard-nosed guy, and he cares and works hard. So that was a tough matchup, but I thought he played well, and, he was a factor in the game, certainly. And it's that next man in, next man up concept, and again, the guys buy into it. Yeah.
That catch that Sam had, and he broke 6 different tackles. It was kind of like TJ a few years ago, but this is probably even better. I mean, to put you guys in a scoring position. How do you sum up a play like that just by watching it? I mean,
he's all football player. It's just, and he was that way, I tell the NFL guys, when he came here, he was pretty good, like receiving and that kind of stuff, never blocked. But the guy's just all football player. He truly loves the game. He loves competition, and he loves, doing it with a bunch of good guys. So, and that, going back to him, I mean, you get some of these guys are pretty rare. Like, this group's pretty rare. So, and Sam's right there. I mean, he's just unbelievable. What a football player he is. So, but that's, and you mentioned TJ, like that was the biggest play in the game back in 18, I guess it would have been, right? 18. The 1-yard pass that he took down, and because, we were kind of up against it there, shifted field position, and then made them go the long field. That was a huge play in that game. And I actually said last night when I told him, I said, biggest pass play in the Orange Bowl was Tony caught about a 3-yard, little in and out, and took it 50 or whatever it was. So that's football sometimes, but you got to have guys like Tony, TJ, or Sam, and that's. That's how good things happen. But, what a good story he is. And then it was fitting that Luke finished it off because boy, has he become a good football player.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
They're about to be. They're about to be.
Well,
Go for it.
crazy day. A lot of fond memories were made today. Just great being a part of this program. A lot of great people, and yeah, a lot of fun memories. Coop?
I want to start off by saying thank you to guys like Sam, all these seniors. It was good to send these guys out on a high note. They've given so much to this program. They've been great leaders all year, so it was good to get that one last win for them.
Yeah, I thought it was a great team win, especially get the win for the seniors. Like Coop said, it was just a great team win.
Broadway Joe. Broadway Joe and MVP Coop. What does that make me?
Play it again, Sam. Question for you, Sam.
Yeah.
Does this kind of put it all into context for you as far as deciding to play in this game, to have these feelings and to wear the hats and enjoy
Yeah.
the moment and everything?
I mean, you should have seen me coming off the field. I was crying like a little baby. Just really emotional, and you pour a lot into this program. And I said this a couple weeks ago, but it gives, the more you put in, the more it gives back to you. And I feel like it's the opposite. Like when you're being recruited, like what can this program, what can this team do for me? And I think that's the exact opposite once you actually get there. Like the more you invest, the more the program will do for you. And over the last 4 years, a lot of guys in that locker room have worked their butts off, and I think they see kind of those accomplishments and the success precede that. And yeah, it's just really emotional day, and glad to go out on top.
What was it like playing quarterback?
2 carries, I guess, but it was all right. Yeah, felt comfortable back there. I've been in the huddle for probably a couple thousand play calls. It's just a little different when you're giving the play call, not receiving it. So, who knows?
What was your reaction? Was it Kirk who told you that you were going to be doing that, or Brian?
Brian, it kind of started off as an emergency thing. It's like, hey, we might throw you in there for a little wildcat, let you toke the rock, maybe throw it too. So, yeah, a couple carries, not too bad.
Did you lobby to throw the ball?
What about throwing the ball?
Did you lobby to throw the ball? Did you ask?
Yeah, I was telling them my shoulder was warm. It was loose, but I don't know. It just, we weren't out there long enough, I guess, to get a ball in the air.
You broke a minimum, I think it was 6 tackles on that passing, on that pass, that 27-yarder. What kind of went through your mind? What goes through your mind now, trying to think about the whole play in its entirety?
I just saw a lot of blue jerseys, and I don't know. I couldn't explain it. You told me it's only 27 yards. That's crazy to me because I felt like I was running for like 20 seconds. It was crazy. But I don't know. Just like backyard football almost. Just don't let one guy bring you down. Get as many as it takes. So, yeah.
Cooper, can you talk about your interception and what it means to win the MVP of the bowl game?
Yeah, I think winning the MVP. I think it's more of a team award. Because without these guys on the defense, I couldn't do what I was able to do. Getting that pick. Those guys were pressuring the quarterback all game. Same with Xavier's pick. So a lot of credit to the guys up front and everybody else on the defense. So.
Joe, I think it was 3 completions right away for 10+ yards. How much of a confidence boost was it to get out there and right away get those results?
Yeah, it was huge. I was obviously a little nervous at first, but to get those in, it really helped a lot.
Was there anybody who had kind of the best wisdom for you as you're going into your first career start?
Well, Spencer Petras for sure. He's helped me out a lot, not only just this month and the bowl prep, but throughout the entire season. And even last year, he's been a big part of my preparation for this game, so I appreciate him.
Sam, you guys talk a lot about leaving the jersey in a better place. I guess, can you kind of explain what it means for you seniors to finish with a win, and then also to see so many young guys like Joe and Cooper and Xavier kind of have these moments in the game, knowing what could be ahead for them in the future?
Yeah, that's one of our mottos, leave the jersey in a better place. I sure hope I did that. I know the program is in great hands. These young guys are really gonna spring forward, and I'm really excited to continue to be a part of this program and just, yeah, like I said, just overwhelming today. A lot of stuff going on, and man, I loved every second of it today.
Is there any added meaning when you lost to this team to start 2022 and now you get a chance to kind of get revenge?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little revenge game. Every game is important, especially like when I wasn't out there for senior day. That, I don't know, it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I really wanted to be out there one more time and to be with my guys. And so, yeah, I guess there was a little extra meaning today, but still just getting one more opportunity to compete with the 2022 team. It was phenomenal. And like I said, I cherished every second of it.
Joe, besides winning, obviously, did you get done what you wanted to get done?
Ultimately, my focus was on getting the win, and that was it. Going out there, everything was kind of my first rodeo, obviously, so I was just kind of focused on getting the win. That's pretty much it, and we got the win. So.
0 turnovers, is this something that was, I mean, I'm guessing yes, but in the front of your mind for the last few weeks? Ball protection?
Yeah, ball security was huge for us. Not turning the ball over on offense, and we didn't do that, so that was huge.
Joe, anything that surprised you once you kind of got out there and the bullets were flying?
Just getting hit for the first time in a couple years. Yeah, that for sure. It kind of took me back, and I was like, oh, okay, this is how it feels, But, yeah, that was something.
Cooper, the fact that you were knocked out of the Nebraska game early, I mean, how rewarding was it to come out and have this type of performance? Did it provide more luster for you to come out, more motivation just because you didn't get to play in the last game?
Yeah, I missed it a lot. Being on the sidelines, watching the guys go to battle, it's a lot different than being in it. So I'm glad I was able to be out there today. It was kind of in the back of my head what happened last few weeks ago, I guess. So it was good to be back out there with these guys, and I'm glad we got the win today.
For some of the plays that really mattered as well were on special teams for everybody, but being able to pin Kentucky back, I think at the 2 on one play, and another one you fielded the ball like you're 5, but you get like a 35-yard punt return. How instrumental do you think that was, and to be able to make the defensive plays by what you were able to do on special teams?
Yeah, we stress the importance of special teams in this game and every game a lot. And when you have number 9 back there throwing darts down the field, it makes it pretty easy on the gunners to go down there and tackle the return. I think we gave up one big return there, but other than that, I think special teams did their job for the most part today.
More questions.
Cooper, Sebastian played probably his best football of his career. Xavier got his first start, had a pick 6. How would you just assess the future of the secondary and just kind of recap what you guys were able to do today?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of talent in our DB room. I think we played well today. Obviously, there's always things you can continue to improve on. And you see that stuff that those guys are doing in the games in practice all the time. They've been making those plays for a while now, and they made the most of it today. Xavier getting his first start, and Stroh just playing ball like he knows how to play. So it was a really good team unit, and all around victory.
Sam, Brian Ferentz said you're the best player he's coached. He's coached NFL guys, Pro Bowl guys in the NFL, but he said that about you yesterday. What does that mean to you to have one of your coaches say that?
Yeah, Brian really supported me and believed in me. I came in as a receiver. I'd never even put my hand in the ground. And I was taking baby steps at first, and he was always there supporting me, giving me advice. Really shaped me into the player I am today. I owe him a lot of thanks, and he's a damn good coach. I don't care what anybody says about that man. Yeah, I owe him a lot. He's a great dude, great friend, and a great coach.
Yes, thank you.
I think you had 6 punts inside the 15-yard line. What was today, did today feel like a really good day for you punting? I mean, you feel like everything you were wanting to accomplish you did, you felt good physically, all that sort of thing?
Yeah, so I think to answer that question, I was kind of joking around with a couple of the guys. I'm like, wow, it's January tomorrow. Is this what it's like in the SEC every time? And it's kind of funny how the weather can just play a really big role, I guess, in your mindset. I know there's really not anything that you can do in terms of that, but you know, when the weather's nice, it certainly gives you a better degree of confidence. But yeah, it was just a good day overall, and was really happy with my performance because I feel like this year I've really probably let myself down and the team down in a couple of games. So it was kind of just good to go back out there and just let loose and have fun.
DeJean gave you a lot of credit for his success gunning. How important is it for you as a punter to have him gunning?
I mean, it's Cooper DeJean. He's good at everything, honestly. He's probably good at Australian football, and he's never played it. But, yeah, really lucky to have guys like him and Jamison Hines and Terry Roberts, who's obviously no longer with us anymore. But really grateful that those guys this year and last year, and Devin Hilson stepped in this year as well, and Cohen Entringer, and the rest of the punt unit. And, I mean, I've been with Turner Palisade, Pot, Louis Steck for a couple of years now, and there's a lot of guys on the punt unit that I've kind of had since I got here, and really grateful that I feel I've probably said it a few times in the past is those guys on the punt unit want to be on the punt unit, and that's something that we really cherish a lot here at Iowa. It's just the impact of special teams. But to go back to your original question, sorry, really lucky to have someone like Cooper DeJean. I mean, you guys can see what he can do when he's on the field, so really lucky to have him on the punt unit, and moving forward, I hope he certainly stays.
Tori, before the game, a bunch of kids were standing behind you as you were punting, and they were just oohing and ahhing. And I don't know if that's specifically about you or if it's just watching a punter kick the ball like you did. But what's that like, gathering a crowd of young players watching you?
Yeah, they certainly don't have any idea who I am. I know that's for sure. But they were kind of just screaming out 9, 9, 9, Taylor, Taylor, and then you could see when Nick Phelps, the backup punter, was hitting a few nice ones. Yeah, you could kind of tell that they were pretty impressed. So maybe they haven't kind of seen that before, but yeah, it's all good fun. I'm glad they had a good time.
You said you haven't had the season you wanted to have, but it would seem like 99% of the punters would trade you seasons. Is that just who you are?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I put pretty high expectations on myself, but I mean, you look at the Illinois game, I didn't really perform that well. There was probably just kind of that middle pack. I mean, Purdue wasn't a bad game, but just feel like I wasn't really hitting the balls that I wanted to be hitting towards the end of the year. And although some of them have a good result, it's more so, I know I sound a bit cliche, it's not really necessarily about the process, but if I'm not hitting the balls I want to be hitting, it becomes a bit frustrating. And although a couple of results here there went well, but you kind of see from a statistic point of view, I kind of had the inside 20s, but yardage certainly dropped towards the end of the year. But I mean, like I kind of opened with, weather certainly plays it makes life a lot difficult when you I mean, Minnesota was probably the coldest place I've ever been in my life. To be out in that weather for that long, it's just ridiculous. It's not like you're just running from your house to the car in that sort of cold. You're kind of out there and couldn't feel my hands or toes or anything like that. So, yeah, that was certainly an experience in itself. I think it was minus 17 degrees Celsius or whatever that is in Fahrenheit, or whatever you guys use here. I'm really not too sure. But yeah, it was certainly cold, but I love it just because, I mean, the Big Ten, that's where I feel like specialists can really, if you can show that you can perform, it really goes a long way. And yeah, I guess it would be nice kind of punting in this sort of weather every week, but you don't really get that in the Big Ten.
You're a captain today.
Yeah.
What did that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot because I feel like the greatest achievement you can have is by being voted in by your peers. And each week during the season, everyone votes on captain, and just to be voted in for the bowl game really just meant a lot to me because, yeah, they're the ones that I play for, on my teammates, so it really had nothing to do with the coaches or anything like that. So to be voted in by the players that I go out there every day, and this started back in January, just to get voted in by them, it's just an absolute pleasure. And I just hope that they know every time I step foot on the field, I just never wanted to let them down. So, yeah, but to answer your question, it was just, I guess, a really big moment for me, and probably one of my greatest ever achievements was being voted captain. So, and I'm really not just saying that, I really mean it.
Well, enjoyed that game out there. It's pretty fun.
Enjoyed it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What did you see on the pick six?
Really? I saw the ball in the air, chance to go get it, and I really like blacked out after that, just ran in the end zone. Celebrated with my teammates. It was just a special moment.
Were you in cover 3 at that point? Because I saw you kind of play the deep middle at that point.
Yeah, we rolled back to cover 3 on that.
And it was just an overthrow and you were right spot.
Yeah, right place, right time.
What were
How would you grade your own performance?
I'll probably give myself like a B. There's a couple mistakes I made, and I always room for improvement, so just focusing on getting back after the new year.
What was the moment like when you found out that you were going to be starting?
That was pretty crazy. Like, leading up, I was repping with the ones once Kayvon announced he was going to the draft. So just, I was getting reps, getting used to everything, getting used to the speed, so really just helped me play into this moment now.
Phil Parker pointed to you specifically about making big strides over the last few weeks in bowl prep. How would you kind of assess your growth, especially over the past couple weeks?
That was really my focus, just trying to get better every day. Working now 2 positions, I really played free throughout the year, so playing strong and just learning from the people around me, especially Kayvon. He just helped guide me up there.
What did it mean to you to make that impact play?
It really meant a lot. Like, the team has been pushing me, helped me grow, so really making that play helped show like what they've done for me and helped me grow.
How does that kind of help give you a positive feeling out of your freshman year at Iowa? You didn't play a ton of regular snaps, but this game had to mean a lot for you going forward.
Oh, for sure. Definitely set the bar for me, where I got to go, where I got to improve from. So just keep making plays, having fun throughout the spring, and getting ready for next fall.
Early in the game, I mean, you were down and hitting in the box. I mean, you weren't exactly standing back and letting everybody do things. And then I think there was one situation where they headbutted you or something out on the sideline, and you did no call or whatever. I mean, what was kind of going through your mind? Hey, I'm going to make you pay for that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Really, like, there's a little chippy at times, but it's whatever. It's football. You just go out there, have fun, go make plays. So really, that wasn't really my focus was on that. I was just focused on going to the next play, making a play, and trying to win the game.
Pretty excited about the secondary you guys got coming back next year. When you think about Cooper and Jamari and Sebastian.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We really got a chance. We really got a chance to keep making an impact, keep the Doughboy tradition alive, and just go out there and make plays and have fun.
This is the first Big Ten defense to sport a shutout in a bowl game since 1999. So I don't know, other than Torrey, I don't know if any of you guys were born. But what do you think of the accomplishment of getting the shutout? Was that something that maybe by halftime you were in the third quarter where you guys kind of building towards, hey, we want to keep this going?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, our plan is to not let anyone score any game, but through, like, the third quarter, we were really, like, focused on keeping that shutout. Hopefully, Coach Parker or someone will bring some donuts for the plane ride home tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Xavier.
Thank you.